In my experience, if I have had challenges, they have been from men, only because I believe maybe because I've not been able to, prove that that standard of, professionalism that came across that they expected out of me at the initial upfront. However, once I've proven my point and I've, shown that I am able of, giving the results, things have been fine. But yes, women do tend to have problems with men because of that ego thing of, is this woman going to be able to prove her, mettle.
Hi, Priya.
Hey.
And welcome on the show.
Glad to be here.
So, what is it like being the boss?
I won't say a completely clear slate of all good experiences. There always is one that would
Like
stick
what?
in your memory. I had a team of boys working for me, so the situation was that I came into this position where it was totally sort of ruled by men, and here was me, completely new to the industry also and to the company. Landed up in dealing, with these boys, and there was this instant, saying, what is she going to do? And, well, it took a bit of toying with the boys, and once it did happen, it was great. We were one of the best performers, and yeah.
Do you think women are tougher bosses?
Well, I know that women mean business. Their natural instinct of being, people who give birth, or their mother nature instinct that there is. It's a sort of way of saying that, this is right, this is not, and I'm not going to accept it. It's got to do with, being able to how you sort of reprimand your kids.
More
or,
demanding.
deal with, how things are even at home.
It's like a recent phenomenon that women have started going to work. In the West, about 80 years. In India, about 40 years. So they are, in a way, entering the field that belonged to the men. So they have to, I suppose, prove a point to themselves, to their peers, to the men, that we are as good. Is that the case?
I think you've got to prove a point anywhere, Rajat, in any situation that you're new to. I mean,
Right.
A woman marries and goes into a new home, she needs to prove her point. This bias that you're talking about is in the men's minds.
But doesn't that become a pressure for women? Because they know that they're being judged.
Yes, there are instances, I've heard friends having bad instances where, they've, had a tough time, having to prove themselves.
Yeah.
Just to quote, somebody who from the industry is a writer, Shobhadi, I read an article of her. It says people, when they join companies, should behave like eunuchs, genderless.
We asked the Councillor Sonia Mehta if she thinks women make for tougher bosses. This is her take.
Yeah, I think women bosses pretty often are tougher, certainly at the middle management levels, because they don't want to be taken advantage of. They also, I think, feel the need to prove themselves in what is still pretty much a male corporate world. So yes, I think some ways perhaps women bosses are more demanding.
Is it true that some companies or corporate houses stay away from women in powerful positions?
Yes. In fact, when the kind of recruitment that we were doing for some of the jobs that we had in our company, it was a conscious decision, no, we don't want to have a woman for this job, we want to have a man for this job.
What was that job?
It was in the financial sector. The kind of profile would mean meeting with certain, the kind of people that you would be interacting with, the kind of clients that you'd be interacting with. They wanted to keep women away, to stay away from the troubles that, that could emerge.
Okay, we asked a few people who they took more seriously, a male boss or a female boss. This is the response.
What I think that male boss, I'll take them seriously.
No, I don't think there is a difference in taking male or the female boss. Boss is your boss. You have to take them seriously anyways. I would take a female boss more seriously because always a woman is like, you have to do this work, then anyhow you have to do it. They don't coordinate with girls lightly, or guys. They don't give it lightly, give the work lightly. Sometimes male boss may understand. Female do understand, but they want their work done properly at a time.
I would not be gender biased. I would take them both seriously because they are boss.
Who would take more seriously? Who would you take more seriously?
I think, like she said, your boss is your boss, whether it is a female or whether it's a male. End of the day, you know that you're reporting to someone and he or she is your boss. I think I would take my work seriously, and because I take my work seriously, I would definitely take my boss seriously.
You're being a good girl. Okay, we have had your point of view, we have had two women's point of view, and now we will get a man on the show. just in a few minutes.
If a woman, okay, leaves her emotional baggage back at home, she can be a wonderful boss at work.
Hello and welcome back to the lounge. If you have just tuned in, we are having a very interesting conversation on whether Indians prefer male over female bosses. And if they do, why the bias? We've already heard two women speak on what it is like to have a female boss and to be one. Now, let's get a male perspective with Bipol.
Hi, my name is Bipol Das. I work in a bank as a customer service advisor. First boss that I was working with was a female boss, so I was a little skeptical about as to how she would be and how I would be treated because that's my first job. I heard, from other people, my other friends who are already working in the firm that yeah, she's, a little harsh, she's a little strict. I thought, okay, let's see how it goes. But then, yeah, she's a fantastic person to work with, professionally, personally.
Hi, Bipol.
Hi there.
Welcome to the show.
My pleasure.
So you had a female boss.
Yeah, correct.
And how was it?
Overall, it was a fantastic experience, I would say.
Yeah.
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 When I started working, I was only 18.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was little excited, but a hell lot nervous. I said, I can't do this. I can't do this.
To her?
Yeah, and we're like, okay, need to relax. And, beta, believe me, she changed me.
Yeah.
The way she used to tackle things was absolutely fantastic.
And she was not biased towards the boys?
Never.
To add to that, since we were working in the same organization,
Yeah.
I would want to say something.
Please.
There were a lot of women who were not very happy reporting to the same boss that he was reporting to and felt that there was some kind of
Bias.
biasness.
Well, you were saying there was no bias.
You would agree with Paul.
Yeah,
I would
I
not
mean-
say all, but
fight
there
begins.
there were some women who were
The
not very...
truth is coming out now.
No matter...
So she's saying that your boss was biased towards men.
I never felt with my team, okay, because women in my team were absolutely comfortable reporting to her.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we'll go by your word. Okay, now tell me, do you think women are a little emotional? Do you think that becomes a problem when they're working in professional environment?
If a woman, okay, leaves her emotional baggage back at home, she can be a wonderful boss at work. Because
But do they manage to do that?
most of them do.
Yeah.
I mean, who I have come across with, they have done it pretty well.
We asked our counsellor Sonia Mehta if she thinks that women's emotional baggage can be left behind at home, or does it become a baggage at work?
Women having consensus, for having everyone agree, can be a lot more important than men who perhaps are more comfortable saying, well, this is my decision, like it or lump it. I think women tend to use intuition and feeling